I think we have a lot of good policies and plans. Our problem is enforcement. We've had the climate change policy from 2012. It has been updated in 2021. But the problem is that, implementation is very weak. And after the 18th Amendment, this has become even more complex. I think people put a lot of, or attribute a lot of responsibility to the Ministry of Climate Change, but the ministry doesn't have the mandate to do all these things. When we're talking about agriculture, it's the Ministry of Agriculture, it's the Ministry of Energy, it is Ministry of Water Resources, NDMA or the PDMA. So the poor ministry doesn't have funding. Its budget is very little. It doesn't have technical staff on board with it, and it doesn't even have the mandate to go into the provinces to do what it needs to be done. So the capacities actually have to be developed at the provincial level. And I don't think there's anything, we had the tree plantation campaign, which was a very good thing because, suddenly everybody in the country was talking about planting trees. But I don't know, there's no study that's been done to say whether the right species were planted in the right habitat. So, if we are actually having trees which are sucking more water than before, then it's long-term going to do damage to us. Secondly, we are counting those trees as carbon sequestration, but saplings don't give you those values of carbon capture. We are still, I think, cutting our forests at a very high rate. So deforestation continues. The mature trees that actually give you carbon sequestration values are being cut, whereas new trees, if they're planted, then one can assume that by the time they become mature enough to give you, sequestration values, you will chop them down also.